Hi everybody, my name is Chip McLain and I'm an associate professor of English and the head of the English department at Walter State Community College in East Tennessee. That's Morristown, Tennessee. This past fall, our English department piloted a 2-hour co-requisite writing course along with our traditional freshman Composition 1 class. In previous years, we offered up to 2 semesters of prerequisite developmental work for students needing such remediation. The English 0804 course piloted last fall targeted just those students who would have placed into a single semester, not in 2 semesters, but a single semester of learning support under the old plan. Previously, we placed students in learning support classes by ACT or Compass scores, and those students were then required to take 1 or 2 semesters of learning support based on an in-house secondary diagnostic that we administered. Last fall, the students who tested into a single semester of learning support had ACT English subscores that range from 10 to 17, and the average score for this group was a 15 on the English subtest. There were 250 total students in this group, and that's pretty much typical enrollment for that. They were placed into 19 sections of our 2-hour English 0804 co-requisite. Through some creative scheduling, I was able to set the caps at 13 students in each 0804 section, and then they were placed with the same instructor alongside 13 traditional Comp 1 students who didn't need the co-rec. So we had Comp 1 classes totaling 26 students, and then they had the 2 hours extra with 13 students in that class. Our co-requisite model was effective for a variety of reasons. First, the cap of 13 students allowed for the kind of one-on-one attention and interaction necessary while allowing full-time faculty still make their load. Next, the heterogeneous population, that is the 13 traditional students and the 13 that needed the extra help, being in the same 10-10 class, helped us to maintain standards in that 10-10 class while also allowing us to target specifically any tough spots that we were seeing for those students. They also had the same teacher, so those tough spots could be identified rather easily. The heterogeneous population also allowed, obviously, for group work and peer workshops that paired weaker students with stronger students and allowed stronger students to model better study habits and writing practices. Though I might add here that often the learning support students are the ones who had the better study habits. Work ethic and talent are not always the same thing, I suppose. Regardless, the heterogeneous population in the 10-10 course, coupled with having the same instructor for the 0804, resulted in a powerful strategy for remediating. The students responded well to this strategy. The results speak for themselves. The last data gathered under the prerequisite, the old model, under the prerequisite model, revealed that only 30% of the students who enrolled in the single 3-hour prerequisite course passed English 10-10 by the end of the academic year. That would have been by summer 2013. That is, within 3 semesters, only 30% had gotten through the 10-10. With the co-requisite pilot that we did, 65% of the students who enrolled in the English 10-10 0804 co-rec passed English 10-10 in the single semester of fall 2014 with a C or better. It's actually closer to 70% if we count D's, as we did back in 2013. Now, I've always enjoyed teaching developmental writing students, and I like teaching it the old way, but I can't argue with these results. In the 2 sections that I taught, I was still able to develop the supportive teacher-to-student and student-to-student relationships that I find key to helping this group of learners. And that, for me, is a personal win. Knowing that the success rate was more than doubled in a shorter amount of time, though, is an institutional win. I can explain this only by pointing out that we've eliminated an exit point and demonstrated to our students that we truly want them to be successful at college, not at pre-college. In short, the co-requisite model seems to offer the right help at a better time, so that's why we're going to continue to do it at Walter State. If I could share one piece of advice to those who are going to implement co-requisite remediation, it would simply be to remember the value of small caps, a heterogeneous population, and the same teacher for both courses. That's 3 things. Anyway, the scheduling for that is going to be tough, but it's worth that work on the front end in order to have the great results in the end. Co-requisite remediation seems to work.